What's going on YouTube? My name is Kieran, and in today's video we're going to be talking about some Modern Warfare. Now this game officially releases in the next few hours, which is honestly crazy to think how quickly this game has come around, and bearing in mind how long that everyone's waited. I know myself, I've waited a long time for this game, and now it's finally here. So there's a few things I want to talk about before it launches, so let's jump right in. The first thing I want to talk about is crossplay. Now this is quite a big deal, not just for Activision, but the gaming industry as a whole. This is the first time we're really seeing crossplay being fully supported from the ground up. The fact that you can now play with your friends across different networks is impressive to say the least. We've waited so long for a feature like this, and to be honest, going back 5-10 years ago, I would have never thought this day would have come, but here we are. You can now play Modern Warfare with Xbox, PS4 and PC players in the same lobby. To say Sony finally turned around and gave developers the green light to now unite people from different platforms is a massive step forward. It seems like Infinity Ward have really worked hard to make this game well balanced and fair game across all platforms, which is fantastic to see. Slowly the days of being divided by the consoles we choose to play are over. Hopefully this is the start of a new era for gaming, uniting everyone together at last. Secondly, I want to talk about the gameplay. Now this is also a big change, since now the gameplay is a lot slower and more tactical. Guns and soldiers feel like they have more weight to them, which gives the game a more of a realistic pace. It still has the Call of Duty vibe to it, so don't be thinking that it's going to be as tactical as something like, let's say, Rainbow Six Siege or Insurgency Sandstorm. But for Call of Duty, this is a big change in terms of gameplay. They've totally redesigned the new engine for Modern Warfare, in which you can notice the difference and it feels refreshing to play. The days of season passes and loot boxes are now in the past. The developers have said there'll be no more supply drops, which is great to hear. Obviously we know things can change, but for the most part it seems to be there's more of an emphasis on actual progression. Free map updates meaning you won't have to fork out more cash for a season pass, which is great. No longer is the community divided by the maps they have paid for, which means everyone can play together, and it also creates a better life cycle for the game. I'm pretty sure no one will have a problem finding lobbies in months to come. There's also going to be a free battle royale game mode coming in a few months time, which will expand the player base to a whole new level, which has genuinely got me quite interested, and that's coming from someone that doesn't really play much battle royales anymore. In terms of features, there's only a couple of things I would like to see. The final kill cam just feels a bit old and boring to watch. Play of the game kill cam was much more interesting to watch, and it gave players more of a motive to do well throughout the match, pushing for the best play and the most kills as possible. The final kill cam is just your average everyday Joe kill, and it doesn't feel quite as rewarding as with what we've seen with play of the game. Also, I'd like to see a ranking system in the 2v2s and possibly some 4v4s and 3v3s. I'm sure the developers are adding in these features, but I wanted to mention it since I feel like it'd be appreciated by most players. To sum this all up, I really believe this will be a great entry to the Call of Duty franchise, combining some of the new school with the old school, and I can't wait to finally get my hands on the game in a few hours. If you would like to see more content from me, then please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe, as I really appreciate the support. I would love to make more entertaining content for you guys in the future. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you in the next one.